I love it.
Did you record it with Justin?
Yeah, like a few times. We're like, let's just like talk.
It sounds like a Justin recording.
With that being said, let's introduce our next guest, Gabi DeMartino. Oh.
What's up?
What's up?
So who is Gabi DeMartino?
Who is Gabi?
I'm a lot. But most importantly, I'm a twin and a best friend and a YouTuber.
Ooh.
Yes.
I like that.
I do like that. Where's your twin? Where's your twin at now?
My twin's in LA right now.
Okay.
And she's working a lot on her music career, and I love that for her. And my best friend Kenny is here with me, and we're finally like reconnecting after just like I've been gone for so long. And my YouTube career is with me everywhere. So
Nice.
I'm chilling.
All right. So do you and your sister, what is her name? Niki, do you guys do everything together? Do you guys have your own personalities?
Yeah, we have our own personalities for sure, but we do everything together. Like I don't even like have my own birthday, like I share it with my twin. But like and my career. But no, I love her so much, and like I feel like in the last year we've definitely gotten so much closer, and like we came to a head last year. We did the Snapchat reality show where like we were just totally not with it together, and now I feel like we're finally understanding each other, and I love that for us because I feel like out of any relationship I have in my life right now, I feel like the one that I have with my twin, even though we've been through such dark paths together, I feel like we're finally at the strongest point together. And my parents noticed that this week, and they love that so much for us because we've never gone through that together.
Good. Wow.
Yeah. What do you think it was? Do you think there was one specific thing that brought you guys together like that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Niki and I both have a lot in common, and the stuff that we have in common like led us to each other, like back to each other again. Because growing up, we love the same toys, we like love the same pacifiers, colors, we love the same rides at like theme parks. But like when as adults, it's like we love the same everything that you shouldn't really have the same in common with, but we do. And that has brought us as best friends right now. So even though we still definitely fight, like yes, but at this age and at this time in our life, I think I finally understand her. And I think she finally understands me. And I love that. Like more than anything else, more than any relationship in my life, I'd rather be closer to her than anyone else.
Aww.
That's so cute.
She's going to hear this and tear up, I swear.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tear up. I don't cry.
Us either.
I mean, I cry, but in private, not on camera.
What is your sign? Why?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay. I'm scared.
What are your main character traits as a Taurus?
Well, I'm good with money. People think I'm bad with it, but I'm good with it. So that's my number one. My number two is I know how to get comfortable. Like whether it's emotionally or like with like blankets, like I just love, like I know how to get comfortable. And then I think the third thing is being nurturing and caring for others. And I'm like always hard on myself about that because I'm so busy all the time, but I somehow always find a way to make every relationship in my life work out. And I have to give myself credit for that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I'm always scared because Tauruses are very like strong-headed and like hustlers, and we are too, being Capricorns. But
You're both Capricorns.
we're both Capricorn. That's what she's all Cap. That's where it comes from.
Oh, I love it.
But we're known as like the top 2-tier astrology signs are Capricorns and Tauruses. The top CEOs, I don't know if you know this, are always Capricorns and Tauruses.
Really?
Literally.
Daddy gang.
Yep. Daddy gang. But that's why they always say Capricorns or Tauruses, sometimes they butt heads because they're always so like influential. Like
Wow.
I always joke about this. I think I've joked on it a couple of podcasts. I never get along with Tauruses. I say I only have one
But
Taurus.
why do we get
friend.
along so well?
I don't know. I'm very confused now. I just learned that she's a Taurus. I'm
I
confused.
know a Taurus who is literally soulmates with a Capricorn. So, like, I feel like it's just like an earth sign thing. Like, we're grounded.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Complement each other well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we get it. We know how to hold the reins and, like, keep it together.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you're like-minded.
Yeah.
Well, so why you're from here? You're literally from
I
Pennsylvania.
live two streets down from Sammy.
So crazy. Why would you choose Bethlehem? Like of all places, like we could be anywhere in the world.
I know.
Like why?
I get that question a lot, and honestly, we'll go back to astrology. It's probably my Taurus sign. It's probably the fact that I'm good with money and I don't want to waste it. And I see other people around me move to New York or move to LA and expect something to happen to them. Oh, like if I move to this location, I'm going to be this person, or I'm going to get this career. I'm going to book this job. But you can't rely on a location. It's about the person and the perseverance and like the trial and error. And I think I always told myself, if I'm going to be somebody, it doesn't matter where I live. Like I will be somebody. And I felt that at 14. I remember being on my computer, literally in my room, growing up and like looking up, how do you become famous? like I just, and it wasn't even just the fame. It was like, I just wanted to influence people. I genuinely just wanted to like have people see the things I post and like voice an opinion or speak on things that other people don't talk about. And I think like somewhere down the line, like I manifested that because I remember clearly my first Instagram post. I remember taking the photo. I was sitting in theology class in high school and everyone like was taking a test and I finished it early and I was just like playing with my notebook and I wrote my signature if I was famous. And I took a photo of it and people were talking about this app called Instagram. That's how old I am, by the way. People were talking about this app called Instagram. And I decided because I finished my test early, I'm going to download this app called Instagram. And my first photo ever is going to be a screenshot of my signature. And the caption is, if I was famous, this would be my signature.
Ooh.
Is that your signature now?
It still is.
Ooh, I like it.
You so manifested that.
Yeah. And I never even knew what manifesting was at 14.
Me either.
I had no idea. But I believed in something.
Yourself. You believed in yourself.
Yeah.
I guess. And I guess I still do after everything I've gone through.
Right.
But like, I can't believe that's my first Instagram photo. I actually, the other day, I scrolled all the way down and I looked at my first photo just to see the comments because I was curious. And all of them were like, oh my God, she manifested this. Oh my God, Gabby, look at this now. Like, and I'm reading the comments and I'm like, I can't believe that's my first photo on the gram.
Wait, are you one of those who like delete all your old photos?
Okay, can we talk
you
about
know, like,
this? Wait.
They like try to go and there's no photos. They're like, bam, I'm hot and I'm amazing. Like, or do you keep what you came from and you see the glow up? Like, what is it? I know you just said you saw it from the first, but do you only have the first and you're like, bam, I'm Gabby?
I need a sip of water before I talk about this.
I wish I had my first Instagram
I
post,
do have
'cause
mine.
I deleted that
My
shit.
first Instagram post is my cat with a bag of weed, and it's like, I swear to God, 2012. My first post is from 2012, and it's my old cat that passed away with a bag of weed next to her, and it was like, finna smoke or something.
Oh my
like,
God.
literally.
I feel like everyone in 2013 like didn't realize anything they posted would like haunt them.
Yeah.
Right.
So back in the day, like when I made my Instagram, I was a 2010 girl. Like I was wearing like the liner, hair to the side, like the literal like Canon like photo, like literally taking photos, uploading them to my computer, sending them to my phone over email, and then posting them on Instagram. So I feel like I've been there, done that. I don't care if that ages us, whatever, we're hot. But I feel like to see the evolution of Instagram and all that stuff, it's really weird.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Because it took so much effort to like upload something like just a photo and make it cute. And I remember putting a photo, processing it through like 4 apps because I was like so insecure. And like now you could just face app anything.
Yeah, it's literally so
It's
scary.
just insane. And I'm like, what is like the next 6 years going to look like?
I'm excited because we are smart that we started so early that we're always going to be good. We're always going to be able to go to that next social media platform and just be popping. It's really hard to start now, but it's better for us that we started such at a low age. Like I started in 2012. That's about the same time as you
Yeah,
did.
same as me.
But if you didn't take social media serious now, it's so much harder to be good now and to be like doing good now. So how do you keep that going? Like how do you like have that motivation to just keep it going?
I'm not going to lie. I don't have that motivation. I force myself. Like going on TikTok and Reels is like or even YouTube Shorts. I don't even post on YouTube Shorts because I just did one and I was like, I can't do it anymore. But like just going on TikTok, I used to do it for fun all the time in quarantine. That's when like TikTok was like, you swipe around and you know exactly what songs are going to pop up on your For You page, but now you don't know. And like, because you don't, like on YouTube, you get to like click and type in what you want to look up. On TikTok, you can't do that. So I get triggered very easily. And so sometimes when I'm swiping on my For You page, I see something that literally triggers me and I'm like, I just can't be on here. So I will post on TikTok because I just love making TikToks, but I just can't sit through TikTok because I don't know why. If I'm talking about like a door, suddenly like a video about a door will pop up on my like For You page. I mean, I've heard it listens to you, but like lately, like I just can't go on it. And I've accepted that, and I don't watch anything on my phone anymore, which has brought me peace. Like I don't even watch YouTube videos anymore. Like everyone's been saying YouTube's been dead. I used to watch YouTube videos all the time. I don't even like click on my subscription box. Like I don't go on TikTok. I've noticed that I've felt more at peace, like at home and like with like my personal life, like writing things down or just doing like crafts or just being me and writing music. I've been writing music. That's what I've been doing because I haven't been like on For You pages or subscription feeds. And it's good.
So what is your music about? Do you feel like your music, that's like you kind of like venting or getting your thoughts out, or is there something that's targeting your music?
Okay, let's put it this way. In 2016, 2015, 2017, I would make a sit down video explaining how I'm feeling because it felt safer at the time. But audiences have changed a little bit. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of opinions and there's a lot of like hate trains and people following opinions because of like the majority, you know? So now, because I feel not safe posting like a complete video talking about what I'm going through, I think I'm just gonna write my raw feelings in music and put it in art in a music video or like, a photo shoot or something. Like I just feel like right now it's like this, but I don't think it will be like that forever.
So what do you think makes you feel unsafe? Do you think it's like, are you up in the comments and everything like that?
And I've tried to like eliminate comments like from my life. Like I literally deleted my Twitter app when I was in Milan. I just deleted it. And then the people around me were like, just download it again. Like, that's work. And so I re-downloaded it again. And I'm glad I was pushed to re-download it again because I feel like it's humbling and it makes me stronger. And it reminds me sometimes like I'll just go on my like feed and realize how not serious it could be. And I tell myself like, sometimes people just channel their anger out in words and that whole app is all about words. So, if I want to feel lighthearted, I will go on YouTube, look up like a meditation video, or I'll look up like a topic video and just get more insight on other topics so I don't dwell on the topics that are just about words. So it's hard. I try not to read comments. I really try, but sometimes, I'm the one that's like, right there. So sometimes it's inevitable to want to see what people are thinking or saying about you.
Yeah. You just have to have that strong mindset to not really let it get to you, I read them here and there.
You're so good at it.
I won't.
You've given me the best advice about this stuff, by the way, Sammy. You've given me the best advice about that stuff.
I don't
remember
give a fuck.
in the fall, I was like venting to you, how do you deal with it? Like, it's so hard. And I feel like since then, I actually feel like I've grown a little bit and it doesn't bother me as much. Thanks to you.
But I've been through like really bad shit, so that's honestly why. But it's better to just not even read it. I don't even fucking read my comments anymore. I read for the first like 30 minutes because you're supposed to interact within the first 30 minutes to like get engagement better, whatnot. Whatever. Or you can pay somebody to run it and do it, which I don't do, but it's better to just ignore the comments and just move on with your life. Like, we're doing so much better than most of the people, and that's, I mean, a lot of people are like, stay humble or whatever, but like, sometimes you need to really show your accomplishments.
I think it's really humbling to like read hate comments for some reason though. Like, I don't hate comments. I don't. Like,
sometimes I love it.
No, I see some of the worst things about me, and I see some of the worst opinions, and I see a lot of stuff going on online. And like, sometimes I tell myself, because I've tried to change my mindset with everything I've gone through this year, I've tried to change my mindset. And when I go on TikTok, especially if I see like someone dedicated a TikTok to dissect my life, I tell myself, like, God wanted me to see this because I was too up in my head and not grounded enough. And like that has helped me a lot, because I'm like, you know, at one point in my life, I never knew what it felt like to feel this way. And I was too up in my head, and I wasn't grounded, and I don't want to be her ever again. So I don't hate them.
Okay.
I think it helps me become who I'm supposed to become, but it hurts. Like, my mental health I've been struggling with it my whole life, but like, I don't hate them.
So
You know
if you
what
have
I mean?
hate comments, just do it and I'll fuck you up. But just do it below, because it's going to make us more successful.
Yeah, it will.
Or more successful or more humble.
True.
It's humbling. And that's
Yes.
that's the one thing that like I won't hate about them.
I like it.
Yeah.
How much do you think reading the hate comments and everything has to do with your own mental health?
Oh my God.
Because, so are you somebody that overthinks?
I'm a Taurus.
Right?
I want to feel comfort at all times. So when I'm not comfortable, I get closed off. I want to sleep it off. Like, literally, I have a song called Sleep It Off. I want to sleep it off. Like, I just want to close my eyes and think about something else.
And forget about it.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm like blindsided by the fact that she keeps saying like music and then she has a song. Like, what's going on over here? I thought like you
Right.
made YouTube videos and shit. Like, are you an artist now? Like,
I've
what's
been making
going
music
on?
my whole life, but now it is my life.
Ooh.
Like, I find myself like putting more energy into like making trips to LA and record, or like just writing music into like, what YouTube video do I film next week? Instead, I'm bringing a camera with me and I'm just filming the music process. Before, it was the other way around. I used to be like, oh, this concept and this video idea and this video idea for this week. And then on the side, I would be like, okay, this is going to be this video, and I have to set a whole day to film this, which is kind of what I'm doing tomorrow, but I haven't done that in like months. Tomorrow is a whole new thing. I have a clothing line coming out, so I'm like doing like a whole video shoot. But I haven't done that in a second. Like, I literally haven't done that in a while. Usually I'm just like filming on my phone, like, oh, I'm at Disney, or oh, I'm recording. Like, but tomorrow, I think I'm nervous to film tomorrow because I haven't done this since January.
So you're filming exactly what? Well,
Uh-oh.
as much as you
I
can
mean,
tell.
no, it'll be out by now by the time this goes up, but I have a clothing line with Shein coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Am I gonna like it? Like, what is
I'll send you
it?
stuff.
Ooh, I get free
It's like,
shit.
it's cute and like fairy tale-ish. It's like Easter dresses, pastel, puff sleeves,
Yeah.
some Parisian stuff tied in with it. It's cute.
Ooh, I like
Vintage.
it.
Yeah.
How much creative control do you get? Like, do you get to like design everything? How much of your input are you putting into it?
I've been given a lot of creative freedom, but like when it comes down to everything, like I feel like maybe I would have done my hair different during the photo shoots.
Mm.
I know it sounds so picky.
Hair is everything.
I know
Oh,
I
but-
sound so picky, but like I saw the photos today and I was like, I needed a
Can
like
we
a
read-
ponytail the whole time. But that's just me being a nitpicker because I'm an influencer too.
Well, it also
So
it also completes the look, though. You know,
yeah.
like to every last detail.
But it's about the clothes though. It's not
Right.
about my hair.
Yeah.
true.
But that's like the influencer in me. I'm like, oh, I could have done this a little different. Could put a bow in, like, you know.
See, but maybe they
but-
didn't want the intention on your hair. They wanted it on the clothes. So they're like, fuck her hair.
Exactly. So it's a new environment. It's a new territory. And I had so much fun, like designing everything and picking out the pieces and doing the photo shoot. I loved
Aw.
it.
Did you
No,
do
I
that?
did.
Yeah. Did you do that locally or did you go somewhere else?
I went to LA for that. That's why I was in LA for like 2 weeks. It was a long process. And then I threw some other stuff in there with music with that trip. But
How?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mur was gonna ask something, but I'm stepping
No, go
in.
for it.
On that topic, you said you were just in LA. Thank you for coming out because I know you're a busy bitch just like me. You were in LA and you were in Paris? Like, where were you? Like, you're all over. Like, I'm like, can you please come on to my podcast? And she's like, bitch, I'm in Paris. I'm like, bitch, what? Like, what's going on? What, you were in Fashion Week, like
So
Chanel? What's going on?
One of my music producers works from Paris, and Tefa, I love him. I'll shout him out right now. We've been working together since 2020, and we actually have a really, really good song coming out together this summer. I'll put that out right now. I'm not gonna give any more hints. That's it. Literally. But
That's it after she has some more
Right.
drinks of the dirty martini I
I'm
made.
not drinking any more of the dirty martini. Nope. But yeah, no. Every time I've gone to Paris, I've like done a little bit of music, a little bit of shopping, Eiffel Tower, but
Eiffel Tower. Whoa.
the
Whoa.
Eiffel Tower, not the action. But
That we know of.
Yeah. That's for to swipe up. No, I'm just kidding. Totally just kidding.
okay, so
For me though.
I love to sightsee. I love to shop.
Mhm.
And I love to spend time with my friends or like whoever I'm with when I'm in Paris because it's just it's just a fun place to be with people you love. And this past trip, I did something and I like splurged on a jacket. And usually I buy a bag, and this jacket was way more than a bag. And I like turned to myself in the mirror. I literally said to myself, "You're going through something." Like, why would you use 3 credit cards to buy a jacket? Like, why?
Was it worth it now?
It is. I'll
is?
hold on to it till I'm 90.
It's a
Okay.
memory.
It is. I'm not gonna let go of it. I'll
Good.
never return it. Even if I get desperate, I will not return that jacket.
Well, good for you. I hope I better see some photos on Instagram.
I
for
showed
it.
you some earlier.
I know, I did love it, but that's crazy, girl. I would never. Well, I always said never. I said I would never buy like designer, like 10
You
years
told
ago.
me that like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years
But
ago.
then here we are in Dolce & Gabbana in October, and you're like, I saw that in your closet. You're like, oh, should I buy this bag? And then we were just in there playing with your cat, and I saw your bag that you got with me
I
just
know.
chilling in there, and I'm like, she bought that bag. Like, she got over it.
I always said I would never be like a designer person. I'm like, oh, I'll never do that. Like, I might as well buy a house or like do something with my money. I would never. And then I start making good money. I'm like, I want that Louis. I want that Dolce.
No, I
want
get
that.
it.
Like,
I get it.
Oh, I know
You're
you
an
get
earth,
it.
You're an earth sign. I get it.
You gotta treat yourself every once in a while.
We deserve
You gotta
it.
get your flowers.
Are you a Capricorn too?
Mhm.
Act technically.
It's an earth sign sandwich. What is
Right.
going on?
It is.
So it's like financial geniuses all sitting on couches.
Duh, that's why we're here.
I love us.
Hustlers, yeah.
I love it for us.
So, do you ever look into like the horoscopes? Like, do you actually like take that seriously?
I used to make fun of Nikki for looking into them, but now I'm like asking like people I know, like, when were you born?
See.
And are you finding it's like adding up with everything they say?
I mean, I was never given times, but I can take a hint or two with like the birth sign, like in general, when you were born with people for sure.
Yeah.
I swear that shit is real.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It creeps me out sometimes.
Well, it's technically, scientifically, we are all energy, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always like opposed to it a little bit, but then when you really start to like look into it and everything like that, you're like, oh shit, this circle is like adding up and everything they're saying. It's like true to an extent, but how much of it do you think is in your mind as well?
Yeah. I mean, I used to never think about it. Now I'm like, what time are they born?
Right. Once it starts adding up, you're like, okay.
I want to know their like moon sign and stuff.
Right.
I've gone there now.
Are we friends? Or are we just like acquaintances? Or is it just because we were born at the same time? Like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah. My thoughts.
well, so since we are all earth signs, do you smoke by chance? Like, I mean,
I have my medical card. I've been open on my
What?
channel about it. Yeah. I have
I
my
didn't
medical
even know
card.
this.
Did I not tell? I thought I told you.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. I have no idea.
It's for like anxiety and stuff. Like, and it helps me with work.
Hmm.
Yeah. I've talked about it like in 2022. I made it like a goal for myself to talk about it on my channel. And like the first video of 2022, I literally talked about it.
Do you think social media really pushed your anxiety overload? Like, that's why?
I just think it's not specifically social media. It's just like the experiences I've gone through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've gone through a lot. Like in this past year was like an era for growth for sure.
I feel like this year for everyone has been crazy. We've been dealing with the scamdemic. We've been dealing with everything. I feel like nobody knows exactly who they are. Some people lost their jobs. They don't have jobs. They're working to get a new job. They have no idea where they are in their life. And I feel like everyone's dealing with anxiety right now.
I just feel like whatever brings you peace, like if it's good for you, like
Yeah.
whatever.
And I feel like marijuana is the best because I'd rather smoke some weed than be on some Xanax where it makes me like
Right.
feel like a robot. So
I just say if it's healthy for you and it brings you peace and comfort, then sure.
there we go.
What else do you feel brings you peace? Like, what do you do when you need like a little escape?
I literally write music.
Yeah.
That's the only way for me. Like I've tried, like people tell you to journal and I do journal, but it like, if anything, like, sorry, I say like a lot, by the way.
Me too.
And I say sorry a lot. So,
Okay.
but writing stuff down or like talking to someone about it sometimes, I mean, not all the time, but sometimes makes me feel worse. Like seeing it in front of me or hearing it around me, it makes it feel worse. So when I write lyrics, I feel like I'm hiding behind a wall still, which brings me comfort. It's that Taurus thing. But it's like still authentic to me and what I'm feeling.
Right.
And it's just like a poem kind of, but then you put it to music.
So, how much do you think what you're writing and the beat of your music, like what kind of genre is your main music?
Well, the album I have coming out in May is pop, but the one after that is going to be more like, I mean, there's some EDM hues in the first one, but I want it to be more pop EDM and like less fairy tale princess and more like pop star, like in like the second one.
Okay, so now going back to almost you saying like journaling and everything like that, or music is your escape. So do your words and everything you're expressing for you personally, is that corresponding to the upbeat, the pop, the EDM? Or are you kind of changing, are you everything you're journaling and expressing, you're okay, let me flip that and the highest energy and make it kind of upbeat and energetic?
Well, the fun fact about my songs is that every song I've ever written is a journal entry that I change into like a rhyming song.
Ooh.
So I journal a lot on my notes app on my phone, and my twin does the same thing. We're twins. But like we do that, and it helps because you don't always in this day and age, you don't always have a pen and paper in front of you. I'll be in the car, I'll be at the mall, I'll be at a store, I'll be like running errands or like scheduling the next home renovation, and I'll have a breakdown. And the most accessible thing on a computer or a phone is the notes app. So I get really weird when people open my notes app because you'll see like the first few lines, and I'm like, oh, shut that fuck down. Like,
Well, why are
that,
they
like,
opening up your notes app? I
'cause
will
of
punch
work,
somebody.
'cause of work. But and I save a lot of like audio files because when you don't have a released album or like song yet, you have like a notes app. Like that's just a known thing with a copy and pasted MP3 file with a bunch of other ones or by itself. So I like to keep it to myself. I'm pretty private with that stuff, but it's a journal entry, and then I condense it to a rhyming format to make lyrics, and then I reach out to a producer to make a melody and a beat.
Well, I'm excited to hear this.
Yeah.
So
Can
I
we
guess
get
we'll
a
have to wait.
Can we get a sneak peek?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know how this is done, but I'll give you guys a teaser. I don't know when this is
Ooh,
uploading.
look at us.
If
Lucky
it's
us.
before Broken Morning, I'll give you like a snippet of the music video. If it's after, I'll give you a snippet of like the album trailer or something.
I'm excited.
me too.
Is this something you do with your sister? This is completely separate.
This is completely separate. Like we used to do music together all the time, but we just have completely separate like music styles and tastes. And like our last single we put out together was Hair Tie. It was really successful, but like we found ourselves like really drastically trying to change our aesthetics to fit one, and it just didn't work. Just came down to like illustrated fruit. Like that's not my style. I don't even like fruit. I hate fruit. And during that music video, I was like, they told me to squeeze bananas and oranges, and I'm gagging. Like they had a trash can on the side because I kept gagging, and they were like, she's gonna puke on set. There was a trash can right next to me, and I'm like, there's a video camera on my hand squishing an orange, a peach. I'm like,
Really?
What? What was the concept for this?
just it was like a sexual music video with like fruit.
So are you not sexual? What are you trying to say?
I mean, I'm human, but I don't like fruit.
You like the juice, though.
Right.
I like being human.
Right.
Do you like to squeeze other things?
I squeeze myself when I'm anxious, and sometimes when I'm human.
Right.
All right.
We'll take it.
Do you find, since you guys don't do music together, do you find any other, like, do you feel like it's competition with your sister at any time? Or do you feel like there's any jealousy? Or you guys kind of like teammates? Do you guys laugh about that or kind of
Yeah.
play into that character? Like,
Right now we're teammates, but like 2020, like we were just so competitive. I mean, you could see it on our channel. We were like sister versus sister, TikTok challenge versus this girl. Like we fought a lot, and you would see on the outros of those videos, like me and Nikki would like be like visibly upset. And we stopped doing those, and we recently started doing them again just because like the dynamic has been a lot healthier. And we've been very open online about like in our reality shows about how unhappy we were as sisters and twins, let alone. But I think we're long overdue eventually for a reality show to show that the dynamic has changed, not just in our personal lives, but just together. And I think like Nikki and I have gotten just so much stronger, like together.
good.
Yeah.
And she doesn't live around here anymore?
no, she-
or?
She really plays up that persona because everyone asks me like, "Oh, Nikki doesn't live here." I'm like, "Yes, she does. She just doesn't post when she's here, and when she's here, she posts like she's somewhere else. But she still lives here,
Wow.
and she has a house here to be soon, and she is always floating around. Like I'm more here than she is. I'll give her that, but we're both still here." And we just travel as much as we can because we want to, because we weren't able to for so long. So
Right.
we're just, right now we have the travel bug, and we're both going to Coachella together for the first time. Nikki has gone for 2 years. I never went because I've always been like nervous about the whole desert thing and like health stuff. But like
God.
I'm going this year, and I'm happy. I get to say that.
Nice. When is Coachella?
Easter weekend is the first weekend.
Oh, shit. That's soon.
Yeah.
Do you have your outfit picked out?
I mean, I'm going with a brand, so I don't,
Okay.
but I think it'll be very cute because I love the brand.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you able to say what brand it is? Or
I
no?
can't right now, but it's a cute brand. And
Well, I'm
I put them on my vlogs before.
I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life. We had talked about it last time. Like, I don't like EDC or EDM. I feel like a lot of people do drugs, and I feel like you gotta really be into it if you're like really into drugs. So that's why I don't like it, because I just can't relate. And I'm wild. I will fucking pop a bitch. Like if somebody's like, I'm so fucked up and runs
Right.
into me, I don't give a fuck. I'm hitting
Bam.
you. I don't give a fuck. I'm sober. Like don't touch me.
I'll be on water.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
Water.
How do you do it? Like being sober at one of these crazy EDM
I
events.
honestly, I'll be so anxious. I'm just gonna be drinking water. Like honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like I will be out just like an indoor arena and I'll get an asthma attack and like feel like I'm gonna faint. And I hate that. Like I don't want to experience that my first time at Coachella. Like I just want to enjoy the music. I love music so much. Like I just want to be present for everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just gonna be drinking water, honestly.
Yeah. You want
It doesn't sound fun, but for me it sounds fun because I won't be worried about health stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're in the moment more, you know? You're gonna remember it. You're
Yeah.
not gonna be blacked out. It's all about like the vibe, the energy.
And like the people you're with and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
100%.
I think that kind of stuff, the people you're with makes the hugest difference. I think
For
it's the most
sure.
important
And I
thing.
think it stands out to me that I haven't wanted to go to Coachella all these years. And this year, the one year I wanted to go, I got invited and I was like, this is my sign. I need to go this year. right
Is
now.
this the year? Because now that like everything going on with the CDC guidelines and everything going on with this COVID stuff, is it because that all of the guidelines have like kind of like relaxed a little bit?
I'm
Does
not
that
going to
make
lie.
you-
I've had like insane, like, I mean, I've opened up to you about this. I have health anxiety. So I've had like insane fears about germs. And I'm always using hand sanitizer and I'm always like putting on a mask if I think I'm going to a place where like that would be very present. And for once in my life, I do feel relaxed a little bit about it. I'm still on the edge because I've like a lot of autoimmune stuff. So I get nervous, but I do feel at peace a little bit, especially like thinking about being in a desert and like hot weather and like germs, like it helps it be a little bit better. So like, I mean, I'm not as nervous as I would have been a year ago or 2 years ago.
Okay, good. You know
Yeah.
me, I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm going no matter what. I don't give a fuck. But I'm glad that you feel more at peace.
Yeah, no, it kept me from doing a lot for a while.
I know. Even like, I feel like the first time we actually like met, we met at let's go out to eat with Justin, actually.
Yeah.
And you were like, I don't know. It's been a while. Like, where are we going? Like, do they require masks? And we're like, I don't know. And then I think that you like had a cough at the time or something. Like, you're like, I have a cough, but like, it's nothing. I'm like, bitch.
I
don't
always
give
have a cough.
fuck.
I have asthma. So like if I go anywhere, I feel like insecure to cough, so I try to hold it in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
scary. I feel like if somebody coughs around me, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, COVID. For
Everything
sure.
else just disappeared.
Yeah. Like,
But like
what?
ever since I was born, like I just have this cough. Like it just randomly comes and I never know when it's gonna come out.
Yeah, I mean, the world doesn't really know, but we both know. When we just told Mur, we both struggle with Hashimoto, so it's a thyroid
Literally.
disease. Do you find that blocks you from doing certain things, or
100%. Like I was just saying today, sometimes my mind and like my heart want to do something and my body is just like, you can't. And it sucks.
literally?
It really sucks. And like lately I've been on the go for like 3 months straight and like I never had a break. And I was like, wow, body, I'm proud of you. Like I used to literally just not be able to do that. And I was sitting around today and I was like, oh my God, my body is finally catching up with this. And I don't like that.
It's when you rest, when you realize how much you need, or it's when you need more rest.
When I finally let myself rest, my body's like, ha ha ha, I'm getting back at you. You needed this rest. And
Yeah.
I'll wake up with a sore throat. And sometimes it's hard to tell, is it Hashimoto's or is it strep throat? Like, you don't know, do I need to see my primary doctor? Like, but I knew this morning, I'm like, okay, this is Hashimoto's. Like, my throat is like, F you.
What exactly is that? Hashimoto's?
So your thyroid literally runs your whole body.
Okay.
No, like you need your thyroid. So even if like, I don't know if you know this, but if we became pregnant, your baby, they live off your thyroid for the first 12 weeks. So if you don't have a thyroid that's working, your baby is going to be ill or be a stillborn. You have to have the thyroid because the thyroid runs your whole, it's a metabolism. It's how your body works.
It's like the branch to everything else.
Everything. So ours, Hashimoto's, we are underactive. So that means that we're easily to gain weight and we're very tired. But you can have the opposite and have hyperthyroid, which I wish I had, because then you would just be on the move and you'd be working all the time and you're not sleepy at all. But then you're basically just awake all the time almost if you had the opposite. But we're just more tired all the time and it's really hard.
I feel like since like I'm on like the medication, I feel more of like the upper right now. But like when I go through my cycle or like just like being a girl, I feel like death.
Yes, literally. I got my period this morning. I feel like I'm going to kill someone or I'm going to kill myself. I don't know what's going on when I'm my period. I swear to God. But thyroid issues are not easy to deal with. And I feel like I should get paid for like saying this by like from the CDC, but like go get fucking checked. If you're feeling like tired and you're gaining weight for no reason, I feel like you should get your thyroid checked. A lot of women don't understand that the thyroid
I need to
is
just
very
throw this
important.
out there. If you have heart palpitations, get your thyroid checked out right now.
She's like, get them checked.
No, that was my first. No, that was my first like thing. It was started when I was like 19, and I was diagnosed when I was 21. And for 3 years, I just suffered thinking I was having a heart attack all the time. And it turned out to be Hashimoto's.
Wow.
Like I was always scared to like go in public places, or I was scared to be in Ubers or just like by myself because I was like, oh my God, what if I have a heart attack? I didn't know what was going on. And then like lo and behold, when I got blood work back, they're like, oh, you have a really bad thyroid disease. And I was like, what? Like, I was just completely shocked. So, like, I literally will put that out there. If you have, like, heart palpitations or you feel like you're having a heart attack all the time, like, get blood work.
Blood work and health is very important.
Right.
Yeah.
You could be the richest bitch in the world, but if your health is fucked up, you're not the richest bitch in the world. Right. You're gonna die. Or maybe not die, but, you know, you should get checked.
If you're not getting blood work, you're dead.
Yeah. But
I just think, honestly, like,
everything.
periodically, like, it's always good just to get your vitals or, like, just check everything.
Yep.
Even sometimes when I want to start a new diet or something, like, I'll go get my vitals checked to see how much of a difference it's really going to make.
Yeah. And that's smart. Like, I used to never do that.
Yeah.
And I only started when I got diagnosed with my disease. So.
And when was that?
2016, 2017.
And how much did you have to change on like your day to day?
Oh my gosh.
Like
the beginning was the hardest part. I had to get on an anti-inflammatory diet. I had to get on like 7 supplements a day. I had a pill case and I was getting like IVs and stuff all the time. I was so tired. I remember clearly when I was in my first apartment ever, I got the courage to go down and food shop. I was right next to a food store and I went down and food shopped and I came home and I was like, I just can't get out of bed. I feel like there's like rocks all over my like limbs. I just can't get out of bed. And that's when I knew something was wrong. And like I had a friend over and she said to me, Gabby, there's something wrong with you and you need to go get help. Like you need to find out what's wrong with you. I've seen you do this too many times. You do one thing for the day and that's it. You go to bed. And that friend is still one of my best friends today, but like I listened to that person and that person, most friends aren't honest with you. And that friend was like, you look different. You're tired all the time. You need to get help.
Those are the friends that matter.
And most friends that were around me at the time were like, oh, you look great. Like, go drink, go have alcohol. And that friend was like, there's something wrong. You need to like go to a doctor. Right. So because of that friend, I got tested for a bunch of stuff and that's when the diagnosis happened. And that friend will forever be in my life because if I didn't get help, I don't know what I would be going through right now because it's a hard, like having Hashimoto's is like so hard. It just even on medication. So like I can't even imagine if I never like figured it out. And there's some people out there that don't figure that stuff out.
Yeah. They have no idea.
They don't have, Yeah. They also, some people don't have that either self-power to be like, okay, something is wrong, let me go get checked, or they don't have that person in their ear.
Yeah. Do you find that we're talking about like real friends? I know like me and Mur, I took her to my birthday trip in January, and that was my first trip that I mixed. I always say real friends and Instagram friends. So I always say that. Like, do you ever find the conflict like I do? It's like I have to try to pretend, like I have to put myself in the position that I don't have a real 9 to 5 job. I have to say that my influencer friends, those are coworkers. It's hard for me being a Capricorn because I do secretly, like, I do love everybody. But do you find that struggle as well? Like, being from Bethlehem, like, we're from such a small town and I love being from here. And I feel like we would both be more poppin' or more famous or whatever if we lived in LA full time or we lived in Miami full time. But I feel like those people are so fake that I love that my little short time, like, not short time, small town friends are my real friends. Do you find the struggle though to find like the real friends and the social
Yeah.
media friends?
Let me first start out by saying I think this is why the whole Capricorn Taurus thing never clashes with us, because I think we really see eye to eye on that. Like, not just financially. I mean like person to person, connection, emotion. Like, I think you get me on that level, and a lot of people around me that are close don't get that and
Yeah.
encourage the opposite. And I think in order to sustain a career, finances, creativity, art, what you do for a living, literally, is to be happy. If you're not happy, what do you do?
What's the point?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living when you're not happy?
Mm-hmm.
You have to feel comfortable. And that's just not the Taurus stuff I was talking about. I mean, like, as a person, you need to feel comfortable and like at peace with your personal life in order to thrive in other parts of your life. Because I'll tell you, when I was not at peace with my personal life, my work life suffered a lot.
For sure.
And you don't think clearly. I think when you're surrounded by the right people and you're doing the right things and you're putting out the right stuff, I think your world comes together. And I know that's why you don't leave here fully. I know taking trips and stuff and like working in other locations is fun and it's a thrill because we live here.
Yeah.
But I think living here brings us so much comfort and joy because it's not just the big fish in the small pond syndrome, which I tried to tell myself that's what it was. Like, it was like ego over rational. Like, I was trying to feel like good about living here, but there's nothing bad about living in a place that just makes you so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter that you're not in Miami or LA. Like, that doesn't matter. What matters is like the people that are living there, great, good for them. If that's where they want to live, good. If that's their dream. But if you're like going to bed and you're like, I had a great day, like this was so lit today and tonight, then it doesn't matter. You could do that anywhere.
Yeah. And those type of places, it's like they're binge drinking and binge like going out. Like, I know when I go to Miami or LA or Vegas or something like that, it's like, okay, now Thursday we're going to this.
I've never gone to Vegas.
Oh my
Ever?
God. We're
Ever.
going. We're going.
It's a
Ever.
party.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a party all the time.
Exactly.
Like, I
an
physically,
escape.
with thyroid disease, I cannot party every day.
Me
It's
either.
very exhausting. I cannot do it. I'd rather be at home, smoke a blunt, maybe go out for a nice dinner and have fun with my friends. I don't want to be with social media friends all the time, like tagging all the fucking time. Like, oh my God, having such a great dinner with so and so and so and so. Oh wait, okay, what's your Instagram? I've never met you. Like, it's so fucking tiring.
I feel like you understand me when I say like, I feel like my body can't keep up.
Yes, it's very tiring. I feel like that's why I stay low key in Pennsylvania and I love it so much.
But you're not living it low key. You're still doing you.
Yeah.
And you're thriving.
Yeah.
You don't have to live anywhere to be who. If you're going to be someone, it doesn't matter where you live. It
Right.
doesn't. And I told myself that like years ago. When I was in high school, I wanted to be someone like who does this and does that. And my parents are doctors. I was like, how do I even get into what I want to do? But I trusted, like I told myself, if I'm going to be this, it'll happen naturally. And it did. somehow. I don't know how. It's still weird to
The
me.
universe always works itself out.
Yeah.
It does.
It does.
Yeah. It does.
Did your parents always like support you in everything that you do? Did they help you in any way?
No, I love my
or-
parents. I will never shut on my parents, but they're doctors. Like they like are from here and they're like seeing Nikki and I not go to social gatherings our senior year of college. And instead we're sitting at home with like MacBooks, like filming each other, editing on iMovie. Like my parents are asking us, why aren't you going to the football game? You're a senior. Why did you quit cheering? We used to be cheerleaders. Why did you quit cheering? Why didn't you go for dance team this year? And Nikki and I were like, because we have this thing on the internet, but we didn't want to tell them. We're like, we have something going on.
They didn't know?
They didn't know until our first check came in, and it was addressed to me, not Nikki, because I'm the money one out of us two. So I'm the one that put us on the YouTube. I'm the one that filled out the tax information. I'm the one that, as soon as I turned 18, I called a bank. I was like, we're making money, like we're doing this. And I set us up, and a check came in. I'm not going to say the amount. And it was 2013 in May or 2012. Whenever I turned 18, I think it was 2013.
Okay.
But a check came in a month later because it takes 30 days with YouTube. And my dad turns to me and goes, I understand why you didn't go to the football games.
I love that.
And I was like, thanks, Dad. I was like, yeah, I know. Like, this is my dream. Like, people in college or high school, like, I feel like they didn't get what me and Nikki want for us, but I get it.
It was very hard back in the day to like do social media full time. People thought it was a joke, and they're like, "Oh, LOL." You post some photos, like, "LOL." I'm working my full time 9-to-5 job. Sick, do it. But we're doing good. Did you find that it was difficult to do social media at that time?
Oh my gosh. It was hard when I went to college. So in high school, I didn't have a social life. I wanted to go to like the local art school because I've always been artsy. And my parents fought me on it. I literally made PowerPoints to ask them to go there.
Oh my God.
No, you have no idea. And my parents said no. They were like, no. Like, you have to go like do the traditional stuff. And
Traditional as what though?
Catholic high school, or just high school that's like not art heavy.
Interesting.
It's
And
not for creatives.
No. And I knew my brain didn't like work that way. Like the one side worked better than the other. But I'm glad. I'm not going to regret going to a normal, like, I'm not going to even say normal. I'm not going to regret going to a traditional high school because I feel like I've grown from it for sure. Like socially and like even emotionally. And I think the emotional part is what drove me into doing what I do right now. Because and I'm not just saying this for a sob story, like I was not the best person in high school, but I didn't have friends. I didn't have people that liked to do what I like to do. I didn't have people around me that were inspired by the things that inspired me. And I was looked down upon because I didn't like sports, or I was looked down upon because I didn't care about yearbook parties. Like, I just wanted to sing. I wanted to like act in shows, and there was just drama club, and the drama in drama club can get dramatic. But I just wanted to just, be artsy, and
Express yourself.
I wasn't going to the place that I could be like that at. So when I went to college, I majored in musical theater because where I went to college was very heavy in that, and I felt free. And I think that's why my college years were like so fun for me, because I had a choice on what classes I could take or what major I could choose. So that's where I like let that out. But overall, I think Nikki and I starting YouTube in high school was a great outlet for our creativity. And I think being suppressed from like showcasing our talents and like what we wanted to do, I think that is what led us to our paths right now. So I don't regret it at all.
Do you think if you say you never started YouTube or anything, would you start it now? Or do you think it's changed
I
too
think I would,
much?
right now, I think I would be spooked.
Okay.
But
Why?
My passions and art, like my passion for art has always been stronger than my fears. So I think I would still be posting, honestly.
Right?
I get scared and fearful, but like my passion is stronger. And I found that this year, especially.
So you would do it.
Yeah.
But so at first, would you have a lot of self doubt? But then you would overcome that and be like, you know, I'm gonna do
I
it.
think I always have self-doubt.
Yeah, I think as
Yeah.
humans, we all do. Yeah, it's just how much you can empower that or overpower that.
Yeah. I think being in high school when I started a career, I didn't realize I was starting a career. I think that messed with my self-image a lot.
How so?
I got into a lot of like stuff with fillers and
Mhm.
plastic surgery. And, you know, I just told you guys earlier, I stopped getting filler a year and a half ago and I feel great. But like,
Good.
I've always been insecure, just not just like with my life and like everything I was doing and not having friends in high school, but just like with self image too. And I feel like nowadays, like on social media, it's very like the bar is set so high for like how you look, how you dress, how you take your photos, what aesthetic the photo is. And like I've never felt that before. And I think especially like getting older in this industry, it's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I for sure feel it. Did you ever have like a real job? I would say, I guess. Like a.
boo, 100% in the
What
valley.
did you do?
I worked at an ice cream place.
Which one?
I can't say. I worked at an ice cream place. I worked at like
Were you scooping?
yeah, or kind of like there's machines. I was
Okay.
scooping toppings,
Okay.
Okay.
and then I worked at like a party place in the promenades. I'll say that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You would work there.
I love limos. Come on.
That was my first job.
Yeah, that was her first
That
job.
was my first job. Yeah.
She's like,
I got fired because I went to California for the summer.
Oh my god.
My first job.
I quit after I worked one of the hardest parties and I got like $2
Right.
because you work
Sick.
off of tips.
Right.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Which right and yeah.
no,
And
that's a
then
no.
I worked at a doctor's office. I've worked where else? I worked at a cupcake shop.
Ooh, that's cute.
That's cute. I like that one. No, they're all cute, but like
Yeah.
that one felt cute.
Oh my God.
I worked. Where else? Oh my God, how did I not mention this? I worked as like a secret like paper writer. Like I wrote papers for people.
It's
What?
funny you say that. If you weren't a school person, what kind of papers were you
I
writing?
no, I was a school person only with English.
Oh.
Like I love to write.
Oh,
And I think that's where the songwriting comes from.
Mm.
And I'm really good at writing papers. Like I wrote papers for people to get into colleges.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's honestly, I used to charge for that. And that's where like the money came from to start my YouTube career. Because you have to invest in cameras and you have to invest in equipment and makeup. Because I was starting with makeup, you know, like makeup for makeup tutorials or like that's what was in then. So, or like clothes for a clothing haul. And I knew I had a good brain for writing. And I've been open about this before on my Twitter, on YouTube. I've talked about how I used to write papers for people because I love to write. And I think that's where like my passion for like writing shows came from. Like I just like love writing in general, poems, songs, shows,
nice.
like papers.
Right.
Yeah. And then eventually I changed musical theater to journalism communications in college because unfortunately I couldn't get internship credit with a musical theater major. So I had to change it to something that was more YouTube.
Interesting.
When you were growing up or even just starting YouTube, did you have somebody or just your career in general, did you have somebody that influenced you? Because now that you're like an influencer, who influenced you? Or did you not really have somebody you looked up to?
I mean, music wise, it was always Lady Gaga.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I like was always amazed by how like open she was with like music and like like accepting and like her style and she was different. And I always go back to her when I'm going through something, I'll play her music. But it was always musical artists. And then when it came to YouTube, my girly side came from Juicy Star '07. I can't lie. Like, I literally can't lie about that.
I don't know who that is.
Blair Fowler,
Either.
like the 2007, I almost said 2017, the 2007 queen. Or I mean, she's always a queen. No one's ever based off of like when they were like capitalizing. But that's when I was like, let's get MAC eyeshadows on my wall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I feel like your YouTube has been based off of like since you've been growing up and beauty and now music and kind of like acting. You guys had skits and everything and kind of like sleepovers and stuff. Is there like a certain point where you're gonna maybe like do some like more adult / riskier content?
Wow.
Or
Nikki and I just did this video that's on our channel right now where we recreated Euphoria scenes for TikTok.
Ooh.
Yes. And Euphoria obviously isn't G.
Right.
We had so much fun like doing that video. Me and Nikki, like we talked to each other. We're like, we need to do more videos like that because even though it's like slowly but surely picking up momentum with the views and stuff and engagement, we're like, we have not had that much fun since we were on 00 Remake Girls, which is the channel we had to post like our remakes before Nikki and Gabby. Or should I say Nikki and Gabby Beauty? But that was short lived. It's Nikki and Gabby. So I think we're gonna do more of that because that's where we came from. That's where like where we thrive, our most happiest.
I feel like obviously you guys are growing up, everybody grows up. So do you feel conflict on doing different content compared to 2016 or 2017?
Oh, for sure. I'm hard on myself actually because I watch old videos and I'm like, who is she? She used to just like talk about open stuff and like not be filtered. And it might be because audiences are different, or it might be because I'm growing up and I'm like, I just want that private. I can't tell.
Yeah. I feel like growing up is a huge factor. Like, sometimes you don't want the world to know everything. Sometimes
I want my peace. I want to protect my peace. And to be honest, I aired out so much stuff throughout like my like just growth in general from 18 to now. The internet knows too much about my personal life. And that is what like kind of annoys me because at one point it was a trend to showcase that part of your life. And now I see TikTokers and people who are rising like in influencing and Instagram and TikTok right now. And I don't know a thing about their personal life, but I had to air mine out because it was a trend or I felt like I had to. And I wish I didn't do that because now I see there's people that can do that without people asking about their like 411 all the time.
Yeah.
But from an outsider's point of view, it's also crazy too because it's like you have a story to tell and you're not afraid to tell it, you know?
Thank you.
And you can influence other people. And again, like, so what would, when you first started your YouTube or your career, what do you think your reason was? You wanted to influence people, right?
I did. Like, I know it sounds so like cliche to be like, oh, how do you get followers and all that stuff? But like when I was younger, the only reason I wanted people to like see my stuff is because I wanted to see what they would say or get opinions or to get like other voices, even if it's a different opinion. I just wanted like to open a conversation or just make friends because I didn't have a lot of friends in my personal life because the people I was going to school with like different things than I liked.
Right.
So I guess like whatever helped me with my career was just going through a lot in my personal life. And unfortunately, I feel like sometimes it's like your personal life that people want to see to like relate to you and to connect with you. So I guess this new year I want to learn to be better with connecting to the people that watch me because I feel like it might even help them.
No, yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from too. And as well as someone as a viewer or somebody watching YouTube or something like that, you don't always have that person to talk to. So it's like, oh, I'm relating. Somebody else did go through this and I don't have to say I went through that too. Or it's just you can relate to somebody without even knowing them, you know?
No, actually, recently, like I said, I have not been on YouTube for a second, but I went through my subscription box today when I was doing my makeup and I played a YouTube video. I saw a title to someone I was subscribed to and I was like, I need to watch this because I can relate right now. And I watched it and I listened to it and I felt normal. And even if like I saw some backlash on her video, I'm not gonna lie. But even like just seeing the backlash versus like the love, I'm like, she helped me today. And it made me open my eyes to like a lot of people, like obviously want to see me fail and want to comment stuff diverging from what I'm talking about. But I rather help the person on the other end, like I felt today, than be butthurt over a comment that is just words. So I think it inspired me to be more open about stuff that I don't want to talk about.
Right. And it's crazy because at the end of the day, if you can change one person's life, it's worth every moment.
For sure. It's YouTube videos and people who open up about their personal life that have helped me my whole life, like on the internet. Like when I go through anything or just even need help hanging up a curtain on my wall, I look up, how do you do this?
Exactly.
So like, I feel like even emotionally, people need that.
Right. And that's with music as well, not even with, the videos and everything. But like you said, you're expressing yourself in your music. People listen to music and they're like, not just with videos, but you kept me going through a hard time. I put your music on when I was in a terrible time and you got me through that. So you're influencing people, not just through your videos anymore, but how you said you're kind of taking a new approach to your future career and everything like that. You're still doing the exact same thing, just in a different format.
And honestly, I could tell you I have a story from this past week. And this has happened to me, but like this time it like really stood out to me because I've been going through a hard week. So on St. Patty's Day, like went out to the bars, obviously. St. Patty's Day. I love your green nails.
I did my green nails for St. Patty's Day, and I didn't even do anything. I sat at home. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
So I went to the bars, and some girl like came up to me, and she was like so gorgeous, like looked like she was thriving, and you would have never known. And she came up to me, and she was like, she tapped me on the shoulder. I saw your show this summer. There was one song that stood out to me. I didn't know who you were. I looked up this song. And I've been listening to it every day since a breakup or whatever. I can't quote exactly what she said because I'll be honest, I had drinks in my system.
Right, as everybody at the bar did.
So, but she said something like that to me. And it made me happy because I've been on the other end where I look up songs to relate to a situation and to help me get through stuff. And to know that I'm in someone's ears, helping them get through like a breakup, like something that traumatic, that made me feel so at peace. And for that, I will continue to be honest and raw in my music. And that's a goal of mine actually for this year, is to be more raw, open, honest, and just my complete self, because right now it's harder for me on YouTube than it ever has been to be like who I am in real life and speak on my mind and what I'm going through. And I feel like my music, and Nikki can say the same thing for her music. The music is where we feel like we can just put our whole heart into and put it to a melody and music and just make it a whole thing. Even a music video, a performance. You just get to relive it over and over again when you put your feelings into something, and eventually it heals it. Believe it or not. Like the one I have coming out on Friday, I know I didn't brush on it yet, but it's called Broken Morning. And like I can say easily right now, and I never thought I would be able to say this, but the week that it's coming out, I feel like at peace with the song. And like that was probably one of the hardest ones to record and write. And I think just reliving it, when you're an artist and you like make a song, you don't just listen to it once. You record the song and it takes like 20 takes for one line. And then you hear a rough draft, and then you hear a final draft, and then you give notes, and then you do a music video, and then you give notes on the music video, and then you hear the song getting ready for release, and then you hear it at the release party. It's just a whole thing. So by the time it's out, you're kind of sick of it. But like when it's like raw and real and it's something you once felt, it's healing, and you don't feel the pain anymore when you hear it more than enough. So I feel like that's why I do what I do.
Well, on to that, like, would you give any advice to somebody who's just becoming either like a YouTuber or an artist? What advice would you give to somebody just starting out nowadays?
I would say be original, because I feel like every platform is oversaturated with trends. And I've noticed just from being someone who like goes on a for you page or Reels page or YouTube subscription box, or just looking at what's suggested, I'd say I click on the ones that are most unique and not like everyone else. I feel like, I mean, I'm not going to shade anyone, but I feel like everyone's doing the same stuff. And it's never been so monotonous. Like, I feel completely oversaturated by the same content, and I wish I could see more of what I want to see. But you know, it takes one person to just do something different, and maybe it could change their life.
Like, I mean, I follow you on TikTok. So you do a couple different things on your TikTok, at least. You know what I find the most interesting?
Is it the eating?
It's the mukbangs. Please keep doing them. I mean, okay, no disrespect, but like, I care about your singing and everything else, but like, I just want to watch you eat. I just was watching the one with you were eating fries in Paris.
Okay,
I felt like I wanted to fuck up some McDonald's.
I'll be honest. A part of me really wants to do more food on YouTube. Like, I have like a food
I want
passion.
it. I need it.
Like, I love like reviewing food, and like I love filming myself eating. Like, I love watching people eat. I fall asleep watching ASMR artists eat.
I get lost. They're like this in the... And I'm like, I don't know. Am I wet right now or what's going on?
Boo.
Bitch, I'm like, give me some McDonald's. You love... Bitch, I don't want to dip my fries in mayo, but you got my shit. I was like, should I dip my fries in some mayo? Like, what's going on? I'm confused. Now I think I'm wet right now. I think I'm getting sweat. I might need to grub up some fucking McDonald's right now.
The right ASMR artist who eats food won't do this.
I don't know. Oh, you know the facts.
No, boo, I'm a huge like ASMR fan. That's why I feel like I'm good at like doing it, like eating. And like I just filmed a what I eat in a day video and put it on my channel, and it's doing really well. So I'm probably going to do more food content, because I think, and I've noticed this in my YouTube career, whatever you like to watch and you like replicate, it does good. That's why I got where I was at that point, because remaking stuff and like doing beauty videos, hauls, like mimicking the whole Beth Moda stuff, like that's what was trendy at the time. And right now, thank God food is a trend, because it's amazing. And I've always, even before ASMR was a thing, I mean, I love slime. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I find that really
I had
oddly,
my own
like,
slime
I
collection. I
love it.
literally did. But even like before slime, I was watching people eat. Like I loved, because I would always be alone when I ate lunch or dinner. And I just wanted to feel like I was with someone else. Like, because I work really weird hours, and my friends work very like calculated hour jobs. And I just wanted to feel like I wasn't so lonely working from home. And that's where like the whole ASMR, like eating video watching came from. And I feel like I would be doing more of that right now, but believe it or not, I'm like, I have like a technology like lack. I don't know how to work technology. I just don't. I don't get it. And it sounds so old of me, but I can work an iPhone, I can work a computer, I can work a camera, but when it comes to this audio stuff, like
I have no idea.
I'm so lost. I might need Justin to come help me out with if I want to start an ASMR channel. I need this sound from my headphones. It sounds like ASMR. I just want to be like,
me too.
Let me eat this McChicken. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it ain't gonna happen because there ain't no food right here.
We always wanted a
Slurpee or
segment.
whatever.
We actually always wanted a segment on this podcast. We're gonna do it of like eating. We just like love it so
Well,
much.
can I please sit in?
Yes.
The first one was gonna be birria tacos because there's the crunch, the slurp, a little bit of everything.
Oh, I love it. I want to do it. I'm so mad. So I guess Gabby will come back
Right.
for ASMR little.
Please. I've done one ASMR video and it has like 3 million views. But I don't know. I think the only reason I haven't done it again is because it took 2 days to sync the audio. And I was like,
Oh my
I post every 3 or 4 days. It's going to take too long.
See, I need to stop showing my ass on the internet and just like eat. I feel like I could make the same amount of money. Like, what's going on here?
But you're beautiful. So don't ever stop.
Don't ever. I think Gabby wants to just see my ass.
What?
Me never.
No. So what would you do in the next like 5 to 10 years? Like, what do you see yourself like doing within the
Honestly, a year ago, I would have known what to say.
5? Okay.
Right now, it's a little blurry, but I think that's what makes me so excited.
Adventure.
I've never been like me, and Nikki can say the same thing. Nikki and I are on both the same wavelength about this topic. Like we've back like 5 years ago, I would have been like, oh, I'm gonna have a family. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna live over here. I'm gonna do this. But doing music, you just don't know. Like, and that's okay. I've lived my whole life performing. That's my goal. The reason I love music is because I love to perform. I want stuff to perform to like the people who watch me and support me and like listen to me. And Nikki's on the same wavelength. We've had this conversation where like, what do we do in 5 years? And Nikki and I are cool with just doing this whole lifestyle thing and keeping life updates on our channel. But on our side channels, we're just going to document our endeavors. And, whatever life brings us, it'll always be something for sure because life is just like that. But I don't like planning, I realized. I don't want to know.
Right.
I just want to like live and let it happen. And if whatever happens, it does. And I never used to be that way. I was such a control freak. And that's like the whole Taurus comfort thing. I just want to know what's my next 3 years going to look like? What's my next 5 years or 10 years going to look like? But right now I'm at peace because I'm surrounded by the right people and like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So why should I even try to plan it?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, my goal, if you want a goal, if that's what you're asking,
Yeah.
is for my lyrics to be heard by more people. Not even just the music, it's just like the lyrics. I feel like every song is like, you listen to a song because you love the lyrics. Let's be real.
Right. You got something to say.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of videos of me before I grew a head on my shoulders, too much of my words have been heard before I grew a head on my shoulders. And I think my music is the way to put my new thoughts into other heads,
Well, with that being said, do you have any regrets? Do you have any regrets in your life that you wish that you could have redone or not done?
I would have said like 9 months ago, I would have said I have regrets, but I don't. I really don't. Because sometimes you just have to go through the hardest stuff to be the better person. And even if everything I've gone through led to like a terrible thing, ultimately it led me to be a good person. And I love my life right now. I love who I am. I love my friends. I love who I'm surrounded with. I love the things that I'm doing. And I can't say the person that I knew who I was like 4 years ago, I can't say I think she would be right here right now. And I think sometimes when you go through life, even if it's in the public eye or privately, it happens so that you could be or put on the path you're supposed to be on, even if like you're rejecting it and you're like, universe, no, I'm going to do my own thing. Ultimately, the universe is like, bitch, you got to be over here.
Yeah.
And, life can be a bitch, but I don't regret my life.
Yeah.
Good.
Life's not supposed to be easy, but it shapes you to be the person that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you grow, makes you learn,
And
makes you value.
that's the best part of it. And I think I see too much stuff like when I'm looking on Tumblr, I still go on there. I know it sounds old. I still go on there, or on Tumblr, on Twitter. I look at feeds and a lot of people are like speaking of regret. And that's something that stands out to me. Like a lot of people talk about regret. And I feel like if you've gone through something, it's going to take you to the next spot. So why do you regret it? And I used to be one of those people, and then I've gone through a lot of stuff, and I realized regret probably shouldn't exist because life continues for everyone. And ultimately, as you can see through like whatever outlet you have, people eventually become happy.
Right.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be regret.
Yeah, you gotta find the happiness with yourself. You gotta be okay with yourself and accept yourself. Everything that's in the past, even at some point you've regret something in your life before, but it takes strength to be like, you know what? Like you said, that happened for a reason. I grew from it. I learned from it, and I'm happy it happened now.
Yeah, and to like literally anyone that's watching this, like everyone's human, and you're okay.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
Keep pushing.
Pushing P. That song, I swear to God. I swear, I can't get it out of my head. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my God. I guess, I know I have to pee. We're going to be ending this off. Myrrh, do you have any other questions for Gabby?
Honestly, I feel like, I'm sure I probably have a million, but no, I feel like this is my first time really getting to know you and everything. I think I don't have anything I'm kind of questioning or wanting to know right now.
Wow, have I opened up that much?
Ooh.
Well, because what I was going to ask you is you kind of told us about past Gabby, future Gabby, and present Gabby. So what else,
Wait, I can't believe I did that.
You did so good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know who future Gabby is, but present Gabby is not going to shock her.
Mm-hmm.
So, to that.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for future Gabby, everything coming out, this new music coming out. Follow Gabby on every social media platform. She's from Pennsylvania, just like me, so this is interesting.
2 streets down.
Literally, we're neighbors. We're the only cool ones in Pennsylvania, though, so don't get too excited. Don't come try to live here because real estate here is already a mess.
Boo, you're telling me.
Let's not do that. Don't live here. It's horrible.
Right. Please don't come here.
But yes, so everybody give Gabby like, share, comment, subscribe, whatnot. She has some music coming out. I know you sell some perfume.
Yes.
Everything. So Gabby's got it all, guys. So give her a
shut
follow.
up.
You
No.
do. I don't have perfume.
Okay, I have a really good smelling perfume called Beautiful Mess.
Literally.
I'll give that.
I just smell like bitch all the time.
Right? If you had a perfume, that's what it would be called.
Literally. But yeah, so this is it, guys. Thank you for staying tuned.
Yes.
Thank you, Gabby, for coming with
thank
us.
you.
And
Thanks for having me.
yes, thank you.
I haven't done an in-person podcast interview 2 years.
Well, this
we're
is
glad
it.
that you finally did
Yes.
again.
Thank
Thanks
you
for being that for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now let's go finish this party.
Yes.
Right, let's go.
Bye-bye, guys.
Wait, let's hear it. What is it?
It's boosted, bitch.
What's up, guys? It's Myrrh.
She's all cat. She's all cat.